Okay, everyone. I'm back. Here we are. It's finally here. I think we are at the end of Dragon Age the Veilguard. It has been a long, arduous journey to get here. But I am ready for it. Before we jump into this here, we're going to take a look here at, not that. Alright, the review document. Where it stands right now. That up on the screen. Is it? Trying to figure out how far behind Twitch is here. And then just refresh the page. Maybe it'll show up there. And there it is. Okay. Alright, so right now, you can pause and look through this if you want. We're sitting at 41 positives from me right now with this game. Negatives, if you want to pause and read through, you can. With the negatives, I'm sitting at 56. So, we're looking at 41 positives versus 56 negatives so far. Now, there is the potential for more positives depending on how the ending goes. I did like the sequence we just had, and I did give a few, actually about 3 positives for the sequence that we just had here with the fight against Ghilan'nain and the twist with Varric. So, as many people have said, yes, the ending is pretty good so far. So, it has the potential to get even better from here on out. And, why did my thing just cut out? Yeah, bandwidth's fine. I don't know what was going on there. All of a sudden my bandwidth went to 0. But I restarted the stream and it seems fine now. So, okay. That's going to be annoying because I'm going to have to stitch stuff together later. Which is always a pain in the ass for me to do, but whatever. Anyway. Open this back up. I think at most we maybe would only have a couple hours left here, so. But anyway, I just wanted to show that off because that's where I stand with the game right now. So. But, let's see. Companions want to talk about stuff, so let's go talk to them.
Sorry about Davrin. I know you were together.
Thanks, Tosh.
Those figures he carved? I'll get one of the lords to make more. And print his book. He'd want people to learn to kill monsters. And you were right. He'd also want us to finish the job. So just say the word. I'm ready to find out how to make Elgar'nan burn.
He will burn.
You must be so pleased with yourself.
What the... Hezenkos?
Of course it's me! Reduced to explain myself to Emric Valkaran's companions. What disaster's unfolding out there now?
Well, the moon... Know what? Emric will tell you.
No, we don't need to tell her anything.
The rest of my existence orbiting the ruins of your hideout.
You're a stupid skull. Shut up.
After we've dealt with Elgar'nan, we must search for Bellara. I'll not leave that poor girl wherever that monster jailed her.
No news on what's happened to her?
No. I'd attempt scrying, but the Fade is in an uproar.
If we can find her, we will. It's been days, but I still expect Belle to burst in here with a question or theory to share.
It's been
Barrett
days.
gone, Balara taken.
Oh, now you acknowledge
This-
that. Okay.
We were never getting out of this unscathed, but every hit hurts.
That's nice of you to acknowledge that Derek's actually dead now, Neve. Could have mentioned that so many times before, and would have spoiled the entire game. But now you acknowledge it. Okay. We have our team though. We're talking to people first. I can do that.
Rook, about Davrin, I wanted you to know I'm sorry. Whatever our differences, he was a true man of honor.
He was.
For a Grey Warden, joy must be precious. You gave him more than his share.
You were a warden to the end, Davrin. A hero. But you were a lot more than that to me. You were my future. We couldn't find any trace of you. And maybe it's just hope, but whatever happens, I love you, Davrin. I always will.
But Hassan!
Hassan, we're gonna miss you, boy. You're one of a kind. Wherever you are, hope it's filled with all the truffles you could ever imagine. And worms. Let's not forget those. Always carving your toys. We'll keep these safe too.
I don't really mind Davrin dying. I mean, he's a Grey Warden. Sacrifice is part of his duty. But Hassan, come on. Hassan didn't have to go too.
I'm sorry about Davrin. I know you were together. I can't imagine. Nothing I say or do will make it hurt less. But I'm here for you. Just ask.
Thank you.
Right. We can see it through, the rest of us. We'll fight. We'll win.
We still have Manfred. One final rock, paper, scissors with Davrin, not Davrin, Manfred the Magnificent. 2 out of 3. Ready? I won. That's one for me. Okay, might be 1. 1-1. Alright. The final challenge. The final round. Who will win? 1, 2, 3, go. Rook wins. Rook is the best. Rook is the master of rock, paper, scissors. You know, we could always maybe potentially bring Davin back as a lich. Or, you know, just bring his spirit back and the bones of somebody else. Because we are a necromancer. We can bring everybody back.
Thank you all for coming. If we don't stop Elgar'nan today, our world is either dead or blighted. So we keep fighting until the job is done. It's gonna be hard. There's no guarantee any of us will make it.
We're with you, Rook.
Elgar'nan dies today.
Whatever it takes.
Strife, news?
Our scouts confirm Elgar'nan is inside the Archon's palace. There's a giant tendril of blight tethering it to the Divine's manor in Hightown.
Then that's our goal. Breach the city walls and get to that tendril. Emmerich, can we count on Moonwatch support?
Our fellow Watchers would be honored to assist.
Every remaining Grey Warden will be there too.
The Antivan crows are ready to pay their respects.
And the Lords of Fortune will be there. For gold and glory.
The Veil Jumpers have been in this since the beginning, and will be there for the end.
Solas is our first target. Without his dagger, we can't kill Elgar'nan.
Our scouts last spotted him working with the Shadow Dragons in the western section of Hightown.
Okay, we go in through Hightown.
How? Minrathous was built to fight off an army, even before Elgar'nan reinforced the defenses. Every gate will be guarded.
Worse than that. Our scouts reported that the Venatori sealed all the gates with those damn warding crystals.
Can the Veil Jumpers disable them?
Venatori magic won't be a problem.
It's still likely to take time. You may need assistance or someone to protect you while you unravel the wards.
Okay. Fans have experience in magical wards or protecting others in battle and have a chance, especially if they are a hero. Emmerich, you volunteered, I'll leave it to you.
Emmerich, I want you helping the Veil Jumpers.
Of course.
The Venatori at that gate will be commanded by a war mage. That's how they usually operate.
If we get rid of the commander, the rest of the Venatori will scatter. Can the crows cut the head off the snake?
Contract accepted.
There's gonna be a lot of guards between you and her. The Lords can clear you a path.
And one of us should be there as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit in Tash, because I want to take Lucanus with me.
Tosh, you're with the crows.
Yes.
One last thing might give the crows some trouble. There's a massive construct tall enough to crush buildings. It's guarding the main gate.
A juggernaut. Giant siege constructs built to withstand the Anton, or anyone else who came calling.
We're gonna need our heaviest forces against that juggernaut. Evka?
The Grey Wardens have fought ogres and archdemons. We can handle this.
The Morn Watch will lend aid, but against something as large as this juggernaut, we'll require further assistance. Rook?
Who's left here? My parents have experience dealing with fighting massive enemies. I guess Neve? This would be a situation where if it had Davern, you'd probably select Davern for this. Neve, you're up.
With the Wardens.
Got it.
That's the only choice I feel a little iffy on, but whatever.
Harding, Lucanus, you're with me. We make a run at the gate, get inside, and find Solas. The rest of you get to the Blight Tendril. Once we've got the dagger, we'll meet you there. And take the fight to Elgar'nan. I believe in this team, in all of us. So let's get it done. We go on my signal.
I know, I'm just thinking I should have did a restart before I jumped into this. I might do that the first opportunity I get. Boredom 1. 4.5 is fine.
For a free Minrathous! Fire! Watch out!
Although if the factions do most of the fighting for me, that's fine.
Get to the warding crystals! Over there!
Let's go!
Ooh, the frames.
Focus on the wards.
Door's open.
After her!
Rook, we have to move!
Yeah, she survived without a safety helmet. Alright. Hopefully that's the last time I'll have to do that.
It was close at the gate.
Yep, frames are much better now.
Getting through.
They did
All
their
right.
job. Let's do ours.
Let's do our job. Thing is, I didn't even check to see if Lucanus and Harding have compatible things. Yeah, they both apply Sundered. And they both detonate Overwhelmed. Damn it. Well, I mean, Harding can... Well, the both of them can detonate with Rook, so I guess it's not all bad. Fine, we'll do it without detonators.
All right, let's find Solas.
The reports say he was helping the Shadow Dragons.
Then let's track down the Shadow Dragons. Our Lady of Victory. That's the name of the statue, right? She's seen better days.
More Darkspawn, be ready.
And Venatori, too!
surrounded by this fucking crap.
Minrathous already suffered under the Venatori. To face this as well, it's an atrocity.
Rook. Well fought, Tosh.
I think this makes you an honorary crow.
Wait, really?
Why not?
Okay. Then we're gonna go help the crows. Gotta fight to get to Hightown. You go after Solas.
We spotted him. He's not far ahead. That way, quickly.
All right. Taya said Solas should be up ahead. Let's find him.
It gets more blighted the farther we go.
I heard Solas was helping the Shadow Dragons. It'd be even worse without him.
Be ready, Venatori. There's a Magister wisdom. She's dead. Get over it.
You hear that? Something big up ahead.
Wait, he's still alive? Oh, he'd be dead by now.
Asher! Did we win? You're lucky your head's so damn hard.
Tarquin, Viper, you're alive.
Thanks to Solas. He's been the only thing between us and Elgar'nan.
Stay with them. I'm going to talk to Solas.
They can be ready to take the shot this time. Just saying.
You are as surprising as ever. Even I could not have escaped that prison. For you to manage it.
I should end you right here.
I understand your anger. If there had been any other way...
There is no other way with you. It always ends with someone else paying for your mistakes. Me, the Shadow Dragons, Varric. You did something to my mind to make me keep seeing him.
Yes. I was wrong to do so.
You knew Varric was dead the whole time, but you kept pushing me not to see it. Why? How?
I was desperate. Unless I escaped, the world would fall to tyranny and blight. The only tool I had was my tenuous connection to you.
Blood magic.
As I said, I was wrong.
You feeling bad about stabbing me in the back is not my problem right now. I have a city to save and a god to kill.
Agreed. I betrayed you because I believed that only I could save this world. But I have failed, Rook. I have not stopped Elgar'nan. I have not even defeated his archdemon. The victories that have been won since Elgar'nan and Ghilan'nain escaped are yours, not mine. If we are to save this world, we must work together.
I mean, if Rook would actually say that, that would be awesome, but...
You've got to be kidding me. You just finished apologizing for the last time you betrayed me.
I know. I cannot change the past.
How stupid do you think I am? The best possible version of this is that we kill Elgar'nan, and then you finish your ritual and drown the world in demons.
If joining me and stopping Elgar'nan requires the Veil to stay in place, then I will pay that price unflinching. I swear by my own foolish pride, by love for friends I failed and hurt, by everything I ever held as sacred. I will leave the Veil untroubled. It will never come down by my hand. Now, if you will come with me, I can show you what has prevented me from reaching Elgar'nan. And you can tell me your plan.
We were trying to get to the Divine's Manor in the center of the city.
And the Blight Temple connecting to the Archon's palace. Yes, I thought the same. But some intelligence guides the tendrils. It has prevented me from getting closer. If you accompany me, I can finish. Apologizing for the last time I betrayed you.
Very funny Egghead. I think Egghead has earned the distinction of not being trusted at all anymore at this point. I don't care, Solas, just do what you need to do. I will shoot you in the back if you do anything sus again. We'll leave it at that.
Pardon. I am sorry.
For what, Solas? Lying to all of us and betraying the Inquisition? Trying to tear down the Veil, killing Varric? Using blood magic on Rook's mind and then betraying them? Or maybe you're sorry for destroying the Titan's spirits, stripping our dreams from us and creating the Darkspawn.
Yes, I am.
Enemies ahead, a lot of them.
Let us see if they've heard the legends of the Dreadwolf. Begone, Darkspawn!
Okay. Oh, they're still alive. You didn't do a good enough job, Solas.
should never have come to be.
I'm giving a chest. Chesto. You know, it's like at this point in the game, there's really no point in me getting gear at this point. It's not like I can do anything with it. Oh, come on.
An uneven crow and a spirit of determination.
Spite.
The two of you bound unwillingly. It is a crime against you both. I may be able to separate you safely.
Spite and I made our own deal. And you hurt Rook. You lie.
A fair point. You have betrayed your people. Join Ghilan'nain in death!
Watch out, the Darkspawn ahead have an emissary.
Abominations! Their twisted magic corrupts the Fade.
Got him in position. We failed the goal.
You'll threaten this world no longer. Elgar'nan populates his armies with the cruel and the brutal. No brilliant tacticians, only those he can dominate and those who wish to become like him. But you, Rook, your team is made from the clever, the wise, and the loyal. You honored their strengths to make them yours. And that is why you are going to defeat him.
Dang. Surfing egghead.
ourselves. Do you feel it? The blight reacts to my presence. There. That must be the source of whatever intelligence guides it. If you can destroy the mind guiding the blight, we may be able to reach the palace. I can accompany you no further. My presence will only draw the blight to you.
Laura, what did they do to her?
We are out of time. I will defeat the Archdemon. Once Elgar'nan is mortal, the final blow must be yours. I can think of no one better to wield this.
Just make sure the Archdemon is dead by the time I get to Elgar'nan.
You will have what you need. Good luck. When next we meet, let us.
That is the real one, right? What happened to the facsimile one? Like they introduced that and then just like nothing came of that. Wolf boy. Okay, Solas can be a wolf.
All right.
Oh, no.
Solas takes down the Archdemon. That makes Elgar'nan mortal, then we kill him with the Lyrium dagger. But first...
Come on, we have to get to Aurora.
Laura, can you hear me? We're gonna get you out of there.
Laura is gone. There is only the will of Elgar'nan, giver of life and death.
Rook, stop doing the stupid jump attack all the time.
Got him in position.
Oh, that's hard. God damn it. What? That stupid ass thing is so fucking hard to dodge away from because it's on top of you constantly. But hey, I got the revive charge. I was trying to dodge out that damn thing, but it's like you can't dodge far enough away from it. What's this shit? Just die.
You are not my god! Get out of my head!
Rook?
He was all I could hear. It was my mind, but he made me want to help him.
It's okay. You're free now. You're safe.
None of us are safe.
Once Elgar'nan is dead?
Wait! You can't kill Elgar'nan yet. If you do, look out! Come on!
You know, it's about time you did something, Morgan. Come on.
Morgan!
Quickly now! Destiny is a heavy burden to bear. And growing heavier by the moment.
Knock knock, who's there?
We made it.
I wouldn't miss a chance to see the Archon's palace.
Apologies for missing the War Council. We got inside the city with the Veil Jumpers.
It gave us a chance to finally strike back at the Venatori.
Whatever you did unblocked entrances to the Divine's Manor. It also destroyed some of the Blight.
It'll come back. I can still feel it. I don't think I'm the only mage he used like this.
Valara, you're alive.
Rook freed me, but I learned things when I was in that Blight eruption. We need to talk.
We will. But first, we need to get you to a healer.
No, talk now.
We'll take care of her.
Thanks.
What were you gonna say before? No, don't take her away. Come on.
Well, we still have time.
I'm just shaking my head. No. She had something important to say, but no, we're gonna take her away instead. Fine. Valara's back. Kind of. So I guess she's blighted now. Maybe she can be a Grey Warden now. That would be an interesting twist. Friendship Paragon. By the power of friendship. Hero of the Kunori. Although I see that Dorian and Maveris are still around. And the Inquisitor showed up to help out. It's about time.
Elgar'nan and the Venatori have destroyed my city. This is our final chance to take it back. We will win, Rook, or die trying.
Elgar'nan's magic twists the Fade. Let us see your watcher correct him.
Prepare well, Rook.
Well.
He awaits.
Kindly put this affair to rest.
And you are?
Watcher, Rook.
You've prepared a chamber for the dead. I thank you.
They will be taken to grave or pyre once our battle has ended, as their beliefs dictate. For now, they wait, and we attend them. If you wish to pay your respects, please enter.
Wait, we're a necromancer. We can bring them back. Or not.
You're dense. Is that...
Rook, the Venatori brought death to Minrathous. We've made many of them pay, but they still owe us a balance.
You take care of Elgar'nan. We'll keep after his remaining followers on the ground. Minrathous, all of Thedas, will remember the crows on this day. Let's see this done.
Actually, no, this is reminding me more of the Mass Effect 3 ending now. You had this little sequence before the final push where everybody's gonna gather together. You can talk to everybody and be like, okay, or one last, you know, chit-chat before we go rush down the Reapers. That's what this kind of reminds me of. I'm really survived Viper is still alive.
There's extra supplies here.
I really would have thought he would be dead by now.
Are you sure? I can do that much.
You look like shit.
Hate to admit it, but Solas really came through for us. Now it's just Elgar'nan we have to deal with. Good luck.
We'll keep watch on the city down here.
How are you still alive? You look worse off than Balara.
Stay safe, Rook.
Hey, Isabella.
It's been years since I fought in a battle like this.
The crows defeated the Venatori at the gates, thanks to you and the lords.
The pleasure was all mine. I got to dust off the daggers for good people. Rest up while you can. You'll need it.
Or... yeah, I'm sure this is just like what happened in Kirkwall, isn't it? Yeah.
Stop worrying.
We've all had enough of Elgar'nan's tyranny.
Be sure to silence him.
Watch Emmeric's back. All right?
The Archdemon will fall. It's a matter of hours.
And then a short vacation on the way back? Just a day. I think we deserve it.
Rook, it's been a hard fight to get here.
And against stranger foes than we imagined.
It's almost the end now.
We have this, Rook. I know it.
Oh, hey.
Rook, stand firm and watch Lace Harding's back.
I didn't expect anybody from Kal Sharuk to be here. I'm not sure what he's been doing, but okay.
He was in my head the whole time. It was like I wanted to help him.
Mierda. I'm sorry.
He's filled with the blight, and I think I am too. Rook.
No. I refuse to lose anyone else I care about to these monsters. Balara, stay alive. That's an order. We'll talk to the wardens after we take down Elgar'nan.
No, you can't. That's what I needed to tell you. When Elgar'nan was in my mind, I was kind of in his too. I could feel him. His mind, his magic, his life force. It's tied to the Veil. His life is the only thing holding the Veil in place.
I felt the Veil weaken when Ghilan'nain fell. I expect that when Solas imprisoned the other gods, he bound them all thus. And now that Elgar'nan is the only one left...
If we kill him, the Veil collapses.
Which is why Solas gave me the dagger.
So it would be Rook's fault.
Damn it! He said something about this in that memory of him binding the gods. I thought he was just stealing their magic. I didn't realize he meant it literally. We still have to kill Elgar'nan. So what can we do? Can we tie the veil to something else to keep it in place?
For an enchantment like that, we'll need a specific substitute. The veil was made to be tied to the ancient elven gods.
Then let's tie it to Solas. He's the only elven god left.
Binding him will require drawing his blood with a lyrium dagger.
And I doubt he's going to like the idea.
Cutting him to bind him to the veil? That's blood magic. We do it if we have to, but only if we have to. What about this?
The dagger we made while you were in the Fade.
Once Elgar'nan is dead, odds are good that Solas will need to do something else to complete his ritual. This dagger looks identical, but it can't go through enchantments like the real thing. So if he tries to use it...
The backlash of such magic would render him helpless.
Unless he notices. You really want to try a bait and switch on the Dreadwolf?
Is there any chance at all, that he would listen to reason?
Did he listen to you when you spoke with him years ago, Inquisitor?
Varric died trying to reason with him.
As did Mythal when Solas took her power.
But we have you, Morrigan. You have Mythal's memories. And we have the essence of the other fragment of Mythal from the Crossroads.
Such power, even fragmented, is not to be taken lightly. Hold it for now. And when the time comes, if you believe the Dreadwolf's heart can be turned from this course, I shall try.
We have options.
All right. We can deal with Solas when the time comes, but we still need to stop Elgar'nan first. He's in the palace above us. We'll climb the Blight Tendril together. Once Solas takes down the Archdemon and renders Elgar'nan mortal, we hit him with everything we've got.
Damn right we do.
Time's running short. Stock up on supplies, pay your respects, and say goodbye to the people you love. Be ready to go when I signal.
Go finish this.
Strength earns mastery.
I mean, you can't really do anything right now for me, but... I guess you being here, the thought that counts, I guess. Oh, wait, you sell stuff?
I'm helping the Shadow Dragons with supplies while they're short-handed. Go on, pick out something nice.
I can't even buy that, but... Oh, I can max out their weapons now. Of course, I don't know who is equipped what right now. Oh, the ones that are starred are what they have equipped, I think. Oh, does Isabella just sell all the other armors in the game that I might have missed? Is that what this is? You know, it'd be great if she had an option where I could sell some of the scrap stuff that I have for more gold. That would have been a great thing to have here right now. Because there's no other way to get money now. Like, fine, I'll just spend the rest of my money, because there's nothing else to do.
Enjoy the view up there.
Of course Solas lied to us. Again. I expect it, and yet I'm surprised every time. But we're chipping away at Elgar'nan's forces. I thought that was impossible. He commands armies, and he's a god. Or really close to one, anyway. We even got Balara back. I keep thinking, something has to go wrong somewhere, right?
We know what we're up against. We came prepared. Everyone came together for one purpose. That will carry us through.
Before this ends, in case things don't work out, I want you to know that I'm grateful for you. You believed in me when I couldn't. And you helped me see the strength I always had. Just one final push to the palace. We're so close, Rook.
For Varric. For all that he meant to us.
I'm ready. Let's finish this.
Go finish this.
Oh, it is purest relief to see us all gathered safe and sound. We reunited with Balara. What that poor girl has been through, and she's still returned to the fray. Elgar'nan must fear what we might accomplish once we storm his tower.
I never dreamed a pair of watchers would decide the fate of the Fade. Especially me.
To always watch over the boundaries of death and measure the dreaming sea. Elgar'nan is a tyrant, but it's truly Solas who threatens us. He is, however, a former spirit. As such, Solas cannot help but listen to appeals to his nature, his yearning for reflection.
I could try talking him down once I find him.
The spirits whisper. One way or another, I believe the Dreadwolf's tale draws to its conclusion. It has been a grand privilege, Rook, to have come so far and known all of you.
It's been good traveling with another watcher through all this.
To converse with someone else from the necropolis has been a comfort.
We're far from home, but its gates are always a step away.
How true. Now, let us save the land of the living, that the dead may know peace.
Okay. So which version of Tosh am I going to get here if I talk to her? Let's find out.
We didn't lose anybody. We hit the city that the Antam couldn't conquer and got out clean. We've even got Balara back. We're gaining people.
I'm ready to fight as long as our luck holds out.
Thanks for keeping Harding safe. She takes risks when she gets mad.
Harding takes risks when she gets mad?
She's itching to take a shot at Elgar'nan. And probably Solas.
Elgar'nan won't know what hit him.
What? No, he'd better know it was us. That's the best part. Hey, listen. You helped me figure out who I was. I'm not the Canary my mother would have wanted. I don't say all the words right. But maybe she'd be proud of me anyway.
Shokra Toebra, Tash. I know she would.
I'm a better person because of you. So, thanks. Now let's go kick some ass.
Lucanes, everything all right?
We have made it here and fared well in the fight. Now we only have to wait. But Spike grows impatient. As do I. This may be the calm before a final storm, but I don't feel it.
I know it's hard, but this is our last chance to rest before we finish this.
You're right. The first Talon should have more patience.
It won't be much longer.
Elgar'nan's life is measured in hours. As for Solas, if any deserve to set his fate, it's you. But if it were me, I would not banter. I would not give room for lies and false promises. Find your opening and strike. There has been enough suffering in the wake of this. Whatever happens, my contract was for the blighted gods. Today it is fulfilled.
When I went to the Crows, I asked for their best, and we got him.
The demon of Virantium. I had a reputation to maintain. Rook, I owe you my life. When I left the ossuary, I knew I could not be the same. What I've managed to reclaim, what I can make of moving forward, I'm in your debt for it. And now, the god dies. We finish a contract. Keep a promise. Spite and I are in agreement. You have a pair of demons at your service.
We have twinsies.
How are you feeling, Ballora?
Everyone filled me in, told me about everything that happened since I've been gone. It's a lot. I knew Elgar'nan was doing something. I could feel it through the blight. I just didn't know how big it was. How awful it was. But most everyone's still alive. Still fighting. That's more than I could have hoped for. More than I expected. So, okay, I think.
This could have gone a lot worse. I'm glad it didn't.
You're finding the way through. The twisty path.
And the blight? How's it feeling?
Like it's tying itself around me. It's in my blood. In my head. I feel it whispering to me. But it doesn't get to decide how my story goes. Even if it's only got a few chapters left. Let's make the most of each one of them. And give it the happiest ending we can manage.
Varric liked to say everything was a story. Helped him make sense of all of it.
I always wanted to meet him. He sounded smart and kind.
Yeah, he was.
Rook, thank you.
For what?
For helping me put the ghosts of the past to rest. Now let's go kill a god.
Blighted mage. Just want to say, blighted mage, not a god. Not yet.
Nev, how are you holding up?
I've seen reports from the city. The lost... But more are still standing than I might have bet on. Every person who gets through this is a win.
We're doing as well as can be expected. Just have to keep it up.
We can't get overconfident.
There's more on your mind.
This started with Solas. It will end there, too. He played mind games with you, targeted emotions, then went right for the heart. People with power, sometimes it's best not to play their games. Other times you need to play them smarter. However this plays out, I'm ready. Minrathous has gone through enough. So have I.
When we walk away this time, the job will truly be finished.
Fingers crossed. About damn time. When this is done, I'm not sure where I'll land or what it will look like. We've been through a lot on this one, but if you need a detective, you've got me on your case.
Thanks, Nev.
Anytime.
Alright. Yeah, I was essentially saving the Inquisitor and Dorian for last. Alright, Dorian, what you gotta say?
Get out there and do what you do best.
Now, I was hoping for a cutscene. Not the Inquisitor.
You've got this.
Okay, I was hoping for more. But, whatever. Alright. Let's put this thing in the bag. Or we talk to Morgan first.
Any last advice from Mythal?
'Tis a difficult battle you face, but you are among more allies than you know. You have purified the crossroads, uncovered ancient truths lost for ages, and earned the essence of Mythal. You are truly the champion of the Fade. Take this. Should your fight against Elgar'nan grow desperate, invoke the memories of the Dreadwolf's rebels. For you, they will stand against tyranny one last time.
Summation of the last room. What does this do? This is in the base of the odds influence you drove back in the crossroads. Well, I drove all of it back. At the lessons room with the character screen. This room can only be used against Elgar'nan. Okay. Secret weapon. Detonation damage. Grants a whole bunch of buffs, too. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. The Dreadwolf rises. One last time.
Bad news, everyone. Elgar'nan's forces are gathering outside.
They mean to prevent you from reaching their master.
One of us should help.
I'm going up there. I owe Elgar'nan for what he did.
You go to face a guard, Rook, but any aid you might spare would be welcomed.
Fortunately, in the finds man or in excellent shape and will be fighting hard. Okay. Pans have assurance fighting in frontline combat or sieges have a better chance to succeed, especially if they're your Veilguard. Lucanus?
Lucanus. Who better than an assassin?
You're up.
They won't get past me.
We'll be cheering for you, Rook. Good luck.
Opponent remains affected with the blight and will be fighting separately. Okay. And Luke constantly busy. See, I really wish I could bring both of them. So one of the weekends. Yeah. I gotta keep bringing Tosh, because Tosh is my only DPS character I can bring that now. And she has taunt. And I didn't bring anybody who had a health potion. Damn it. I just realized that. Whatever. I'll manage. What exactly was Solas' plan in killing the Archdemon without a Grey Warden? Maybe he has a plan, I don't know.
Take them out!
Come on, Solas, do your job.
think the others are okay? Up here and back down below?
They've got their job, we've got ours. We need to focus on the throne room.
Yeah, he's taking a long time on that.
Solas knows that as well as we do. He might betray us after, but he'll do whatever it takes to stop Elgar'nan.
Yeah, just running past everything. Except that. God damn it. Shit.
My job's done.
Melt.
Watch out!
Seeing it up close, the Archdemon is a bit larger than an Archfennic.
I still wanted to be the one to fight her.
You do get to fight Elgar'nan.
You think he's got good loot? Shiny stuff? Not blighted?
One way to find out.
No, Archon's palace is not as fancy as I thought it would be. It's kind of shabby looking.
Watch yourself!
they have a water wheel in here? Or whatever that is.
The throne room. Knowing Elgar'nan, we'll find him there.
Rook!
You made it.
Elgar'nan's using the Magisters to control the Blight, just like he used me. They're directing all of it at Solas. He won't make it without our help.
How do you know?
I can still feel it. Hear it.
The Blight.
I'll help Solas. Just get to the throne room.
Ow, what the? The hell keeps targeting me?
My job's done. Your turn.
Ah, come on. Get into a clusterfuck where I can't dodge. We're trying to fight 3 of these things at the same time. It's just a royal pain in the ass.
Whenever you're ready. Got it ready for you.
Time stop didn't last that long, did it?
All yours.
take advantage of that.
Ready.
Loosen the lid for you.
Boom room's just ahead. Everybody ready?
Whenever you are.
Let's knock this fake elven god on his fake elven ass.
Solas!
I've got this! Go!
Such arrogance, thinking you can hide from your creator. And I am this world's creator. Every pointed spire and warding enchantment in this city is a child's unwitting imitation of the empire I built. I would have restored the glory. Your lives are too brief to remember.
I saw Demeter's Crossing and Weishaupt and everywhere else you've left your mark. I didn't see any glory. All I saw was a tyrant destroying everything he touches.
You mistake discipline for cruelty, a failing among those who lack a master's gentle guidance. We only destroyed because you resisted. In the new empire, every child would have blossomed under my protection. And Ghilan'nain, my brilliant sister, would have forged the blight into a tool of beauty. But she is dead. And all we have is this. Because of you.
How many ads do you think he's gonna have? Billion.
You are nothing. This entire world is my domain.
Oh, he has duplicates. I didn't see those. Whoa.
Now it's your turn.
Nothing you do matters.
Got him ready for you.
Another setup for the rest. Got things ready.
Yep.
This is the lid for you.
While my dragon thrall lives, I am invulnerable. Yet still you fight. Pathetic!
All yours.
The Dreadwolf cannot save you. He cannot even save himself. Now you understand that none may stand against me. Those who try stand alone. I am the Lord of the day and the night. Yield to me and I will show you mercy. Look at you. Your failures. You failed to save the wardens at Weishaupt. You fled in terror at Arlathan.
And then we killed Ghilan'nain.
You have nothing. No army, no dragon, no thralls.
I've got a team, and that's all I need.
I have bound the souls of dragons. I have slain titans and broken the will of gods.
You haven't broken me.
Okay, that was just an event battle.
You will kneel.
No. No, no, no.
Oh, come now. You did as well as anyone could could have, but you cannot deny the truth.
I can do this. I have to. Release them.
I gave you this power, child.
You are not my god.
Impossible! No! You will not!
You are mortal, Elgar'nan. Enjoy it while it lasts.
If you will not bow, you will burn.
Wow. Looked at all of those, but didn't get hit. Okay.
Your recalcitrance has doomed every pathetic creature in existence. I will see the last glimmer of defiance from this wretched world. And from the ashes shall rise a blighted empire bound to me alone.
Now it's your turn.
There is no light save my glory, no refuge save my shadow, no desire save my perfected intention.
Got him ready for you.
I am creator and destroyer. I am will made manifest. I am Elgar'nan.
Got things ready.
Loosen the lid for you.
It is done. The world owes you a debt, both for defeating Elgar'nan and for bringing down the Veil. I am sorry for this final betrayal, but I will do what I can to minimize the damage. When you see the old world restored, please, Rook. I do not wish to fight against you.
I don't want to fight you either. But I don't want to see the world go through even more pain on top of what Elgar'nan has done. Do you?
This world is broken, Rook, because of my mistakes.
This is why you had to use me to escape the prison. It's made from regrets, and you're trapped in yours.
You cannot understand the...
Destroying everything won't erase your mistakes. You have a chance right now to save the world. Bind yourself to the Veil and stop it from falling.
I cannot. To stop now would dishonor those I have wronged to come this far.
Even if those you wronged asked you to stop.
Inquisitor.
You were my friend. We saved the world together once. Can't we save it one more time?
Inquisitor, I am sorry. But I cannot. Long before we met, I failed my oldest friend. She died for that failure. If I leave the Veil in place, I am destroying the world she wanted. And I will have... She will have died for nothing.
And whose fault is that, Dreadwolf?
Morrigan.
One appellation among many I wear. I have been advisor to Orlais, Witch of the Wilds, daughter of Flemeth, and once, long ago, an old friend.
Mythal lives on in her, and in this.
Mythal.
I pulled you from the Fade you loved and sent you into war. I used your wisdom as a weapon, and it broke you.
The things that I have done
are not for you alone to bear, my friend. The many wrongs we did together. I release you from my service.
You are free to find a better way.
My life force now sustains the Veil. With every breath I take, I will protect the innocent from my past failures. The Titan's dreams are mad from their imprisonment. I cannot kill the Blight, but I can help to soothe its anger. I will go and seek atonement. Thanks to you, I now can see the way.
She lives. Yay, wooden mallet. Yay.
With Elgar'nan and Ghilan'nain dead, and Solas off to fix his mistakes and right an ancient wrong, it looked like one of the biggest stories this world had ever seen was finally drawing to a close.
But you're dead, Beric.
The story
Why are
of
you
the
still...
Veilguard.
Okay.
A team of heroes who stood strong against evil, no matter the cost.
Oh, now they're called the Veilguard. At the very end.
Whatever it takes.
But whenever one story ends, another begins.
Like the story of the Grey Wardens, clearing the remains of the Blight so that the flowers can grow again.
Or the story of Arcandorian Parvus, fighting to bring Minrathous out from under Venatori rule.
Or the story of a caretaker, standing watch for new heroes.
For the Antivan Crows, it would be a story of liberation from invaders and usurpers alike, as Treviso threw off its shackles.
Among the Veil Jumpers, the fall of the last elven gods meant Arlathan was reborn.
At their heart, stories are about change.
A man seeing his ward become more than he could ever have imagined.
A woman protecting Docktown at all costs against an unknown future.
An assassin and a demon, pursuing justice for the sake of the future.
a student of history, helping the elves regain what they lost.
A dragon hunter, rediscovering their heritage from a place of strength.
Or the Griffins, finding a new home in Arlington, protecting a world that once thought them lost for good.
Or the Dwarven people, rediscovering their lost magic and their connection to the stone.
There are stories of love.
But those stories aren't over. And we will always be grateful to those whose stories brought us where we are today. And those whose stories will live on with us forever.
Okay. Made it. It's over. Finally, it's over. Okay, I'm gonna start off by saying it was a pretty good ending. I did like that ending. So, it's gonna get a few more positives just from that. So. Okay, overall here. I just gotta be clear. This is probably the most mixed feelings of any mixed feelings game I have ever played. There are some parts of it I really enjoyed, and parts of it I really didn't like at all. This is easily probably one of the most polarizing games I've probably ever played. But interesting little cinematic here. So I might turn reading at the full credits here. I know there's supposed to be like a secret post credits thing. I think I met the requirements for it. Wow, we like flipped to the lighthouse just for a moment there. Alright. Okay, so alright, so let me start with the good here. Visuals, graphics, good, excellent. Probably this is some of the best visuals in a Frostbite engine game I think I've seen to date. So that's an easy positive for this game. The hair, you know, whoever set up the hair, the strand here for this game, I will give credit for that. It looks pretty damn good. And I do enjoy it. It does cost some CPU power. But, you know, if you can manage it, I think it's totally worth having. In fact, I say it looks a lot... I know this may be sacrilegious, but I think I like the hair. I wish more games had hair like that. Like this. Over ray tracing. I know that may sound sacrilegious, but ray tracing is something that's I can honestly do without in games, because to me it doesn't make a huge difference. That hair, that's some damn good fine hair. And maybe more games will use that in the future. Who knows? I think the really big positive, narratively and story-wise, I know there's not a whole lot I can give here, but the stuff surrounding Solas, I know this game was supposed to be the Dreadwolf originally. The Solas content we do have in this game, I think is pretty damn good. I really do enjoy it. So, if you're a fan of Solas, I mean, you're probably gonna really enjoy this game. Even though, you know, you probably don't get quite as much Solas content as you would like, but I think what's there is still pretty good. And I enjoyed it. The whole background revelation of the Evanuris, the ancient elves, the deal with the Titans, the origins of the Blight, I think that was all pretty good story content. I enjoyed all of that. It's some very good lore reveals. you know, stuff we kind of had questions about, like, ever since Dragon Age Origins, I would say. So, and, you know, for a long time I've always had the theory that, you know, the archdemons were linked to the old elven gods. I've had that theory for a long time. And they were part of the... and they helped maintain the immortality of the Evan race, which is the important bit. So I'm glad... I am happy to see that theory of mine's panned out in this game. But also, like, all the archdemons are dead now. So there's probably not going to be any actual blights going forward now. So yeah, the blights are over with, I guess. Unless... it's not like the taint is gone, the taint's still around. But it can't become a blight anymore, so to speak. So, trying to think what else here. The gameplay. I think the action gameplay they went for in this game. I know it's very divisive, but if I just take it on its own, I think it's passable as an action adventure game. I think what you have here in terms of combat is fine. Admittedly, I've seen and played better action adventure games before than this, with a little more depth and complexity and nuance to their gameplay. This is alright. It's not terrible, but it's alright, you know. If you like that sort of gameplay, you know, you might like that here. So, I do get some positives for the character creator. It is a pretty decent character creator. There are some weird limitations to it, though. I think people are already kind of aware of this. Some of the sliders need to have more range in them, especially that, you know, the butt slider, you know, the boob slider. They need a little bit more range. So, but honestly, if those things were fixed in the character creator, I think it would actually, you know, be almost a perfect character creator if those issues were fixed in it. But, the music, I think the music is alright. I know we had a Hans Zimmer for this. I don't know exactly how much of it Hans Zimmer did. I know he has his assistant did some of this also. I think for the most part it's pretty good, although sometimes in some parts of the game it's a little hard to kind of... the music just kind of blends into the background and you don't really notice it too much. And then there's a few parts of the leitmotif, the main theme kind of come through in some parts of the game, which is always nice. Then he had some little weird spots with the music, like the little cutesy music with Balara every now and then, which honestly does not belong in this game, but... I'm trying to think if there's any other significant positives. I know I want to look at my list, but if I pull it up, it's going to throw the game out here, but... Alright, so, okay. Those are positives. Let's talk about the negatives. First and foremost, the biggest negative here is just the overall quality of the game's writing. Yep. It is not up to par compared to the previous Dragon Age games. You have a lot of simplified dialogue that is... there's a lot of meaningless, repetitive dialogue interspersed throughout the game. You have very safe, sanitized writing that doesn't really take a lot of chances or relay the depth and seriousness of the situations implied, and people have I think rightfully described a lot of it as therapy talk, and I have poked fun at that many times during my playthrough. Everybody sounds like they're in a group therapy session with very affirmations of validity in the conversation. And that's going to bring me to the second thing here. Choices. There's very few choices in this game that can be made by the player that actually have an impact on anything. The first real major choice is the Minrathous or Treviso decision back in Act 1. Going forward from there, I mean, you can kind of affect the outcome of the companions depending on how you want to resolve their quest, but ultimately I don't think it'll probably make a huge difference. I think you just get a different set of armor and maybe a different Veilguard skill with them. So, and then you have some choices of, you know, which companions are going to do what during the final battle sequence. I don't know how much that's going to change anything if everybody's a Veilguard hero. I imagine if they're not Veilguard heroes, more of them will probably, you know, die, which is what I would expect to happen. I'm surprised Davern died, to be honest. I honestly thought everybody was good to go. So, but I guess if anybody was gonna go, I was probably okay with Davern going, because you know the Grey Wardens, they are ready to sacrifice, so it's expected. But I'm not gonna forgive the fact that Hassan died with him too. That was bullshit. I'm sorry, that was fucking bullshit. There was no reason for Hassan to die too. That upset me. Ugh. Fuck you, game. There's no reason for that. Okay, so the writing, the choices. And if you combine those two issues together, you end up with a bit of a problem with this game. You know, the core problem here, in my opinion, is that this isn't an RPG game. If it's trying to be an RPG game, it's doing a terrible job at it. So when I think of an RPG game, you know, actual, you know, role-playing game, you create your character to play the role you want to do. You make the choices with them that you want to make. Except this game doesn't really do that very well. Yes, you can physically make the appearance of Rook however you want and decide their class and faction and everything. You can't really shape their personality very well. They're very well fixed as Rook, not as the player. So you're playing as Rook, not as, you know, the character you want to create in the game, which was a lot easier, I think, to do in Origins and Inquisition. This is probably following a little bit more like what Dragon Age 2 did with Hawk, I would say. While Hawk was kind of a fixed character, you could actually affect Hawk's personality and develop the way you wanted it to, even pretty early on in that game. You know, there was a hidden mechanic where there's this hidden score count in Hawk's personality traits, depending on how often you pick, you know, no Blue Hawk or Purple Hawk or Red Hawk. That would determine how Hawk's personality would develop. I don't think there's anything like that in this game. Not that I could tell. But then again, with Lev here, I was kind of just picking whatever I felt was appropriate for the type of character I wanted Lev to be in this playthrough, and it really rarely panned out the way I wanted it to, and that was disappointing. And because of that, I really hesitate to consider this an RPG, because it really just doesn't feel like one. It feels like an action-adventure game. This is more of an action-adventure game than an RPG. And call me crazy, but I think most Dragon Age fans expect the Dragon Age series to be an RPG. Which is what the previous games were pretty much RPGs. So the sudden shift to being such a very action-adventure game rightfully threw a lot of people off, I think. So, but if you're okay with that type of gameplay, you know, you might enjoy this game. But if you're looking for an RPG, this is not that game. You may want to look elsewhere for that. So. Yeah, I guess I'll talk about companions a little bit here. I think the companions overall were okay. I think the ones I probably liked the most were Emmerich and Davern. And I've heard other people say that Emmerich and Davern tend to be the standout characters that people tend to like more. Excuse me. Balara is a little polarizing, I would say. Like, I don't mind, I actually like her companion quest storyline. It's just, she occasionally has these bits where it's like, you know, these, the cutesy Disney princess bits with the music jingle in the background. That stuff is really cringy. And I don't think that should be in the game. It really shouldn't be. Just cut those things out, and Balara would probably be a lot better. I just don't feel like that stuff belongs here. It feels really out of place. Neve, Neve's okay. I don't really have a lot of strong feelings about Neve. She's always talking about, she kind of has a one-track mind so much of the time, like, oh, Docktown. We need to go back to Docktown. It's like, anytime I talk to her, it's like, you gotta go back to Docktown. Because, you know, it's the only place in the world she apparently gives a shit about, or something. You always keep going back to Docktown with her. I mean, I get we were trying to go with this, like, Nora detective theme with her, which is an interesting theme to go with for a companion. But my overall feelings towards her is just kind of meh. It's like, okay. I don't really feel very strongly about her. Harding, I think, was alright, but she kind of falls a little bit into the meh category too for me. But the companion quest line, you know, with the Titans, learning more about that, I think that was some good stuff. And actually, I think I liked her companion quest probably. I don't know if the best, but it's pretty high up there and with the companion quest lines. Not only lore-wise, but it kind of it connected to stuff from the Descent DLC from Inquisition pretty well. I'm a little disappointed it didn't bring back Volta's voice actor though, or when she cameoed. I wish they could have at least done that. Yeah, I don't know where the story of the dwarves is going to go from here. I mean, is Harding going to be the only... Well, Harding and Volta are going to be the only dwarves who have stone powers from this point forward? I don't know. Emmerich. Yeah, Emmerich. Yeah, I liked Emmerich. Emmerich's questline was a little goofy in some ways. I know they tried. It looks like they modeled him after Vincent Price, and the whole shtick around him, and the Grand Necropolis, and the Mornwatch, and the Mortalitasi. I don't know who got the idea to try and model it after like the Haunted Mansion stuff from Disney World, but I think it kind of worked. I kind of found it pretty fun. But you know, opinions may vary on that. It does feel a little out of place, I think, in the overall lore of Thedas, but I think I'm willing to give it a little more leeway than, you know, other things. Just because it's kind of fun to me. And playing Mornwatch character, I think I enjoyed Mornwatch. It was a fun faction to ally with. Let's see, I got cut up lore. Well, I didn't really talk about Davern too much. Davern, Grey Warden, pretty interesting storyline, especially involving the Griffins. The Griffins have been in the lore of Dragon Age for a while, so it was kind of nice to see the Griffins, you know, actually be brought back into the lore proper. And the whole actually did, yeah, they did kind of explain why the Griffins went extinct, because that was in the lore before this game too. But there wasn't really. I think the original explanation was that the Griffins got blighted somehow, and they all died as a result of that eventually. And that's the thing about the Griffins and the Blight I still don't quite understand. Are they supposed to be resistant to Blight? Because I was always a little unclear on that, but apparently according to this, yes, I don't know why the Grey Wardens sort of blighted them. That just sounds dumb, but whatever. But yeah, that was the story of the Griffins. It was nice to see. And I do give Asan is pretty nice character. I'm still gonna fuck you, game, for killing him off. There's no reason for that. Oh, and I gotta mention Manfred as well. Manfred was just fun to have. So, let's see. I talked about Ballora, Davin, Emmerich, Neve, Harding. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll talk about Tosh now. All right, I'm gonna admit Tosh is probably, if I were to rank the companions, Tosh probably would be at the bottom of the list. Okay, here's the thing about Tosh. The problem I seem to have with her. It feels like Tosh is written by two different writers. There's one writer who was, wrote about Tosh being the confident, badass dragon hunter. The side of her that I actually like. And then another writer decided to focus on the gender identity thing with Tosh, and that side of her came off very immature and irritating. And I wish there was not quite so much of a bipolar divide between the two. Because I clearly like one version of Tosh over the other one. And yes, I guess that's probably why a lot of people don't have problems with that character. I don't dislike her. Or Thumb, sorry. But the immaturity does bother me. And unfortunately, because of the bad writing overall in the game, I think just makes them worse than what they actually are. So I think Tosh could definitely be fixed with better writing without, changing the content of what they are in the game. Alright, what else can I go? The carryover choices thing. So this is something I didn't really want to talk about too much while I was playing, because I wanted to see how it would play out exactly. So I have a couple things to say about that. One, yes, I am still disappointed that more choices from the previous games do not carry over. While playing through, I think there were several opportunities where information from past games could have been relevant. Like, we still could have inquired with Morrigan about the Well of Sorrows. I think we still could have done that. Whether it was the Inquisitor or Morrigan who drank from it, and what the long-term effects of that was. They could have included something about what happened with Kieran. I don't think that would have been too much to ask for. Maybe we could have got some information on what ultimately happened to, the hero of Ferelden. It has been 20 years. People safely assume that by this point, the Warden has probably heard the calling at this point, and is probably at the end of their existence at this point. And it would be nice to just kind of check back in and see what's going on in the ultimate fate of the Warden from Ferelden. Or even Alistair, too. Alistair's probably about to go cuckoo at this point. And we don't know what happened to him. Yeah, and nothing about Hawke either. But then again, the Varric in the lighthouse wasn't real this entire time, so there probably wouldn't have been any point in asking him about Hawke. So, even if we had the option to know about Hawke, there probably wouldn't have been any answer for that. Because it wasn't really Varric the whole time. But, before, some of the carryover choices we did have, whether the Inquisition was disbanded or given to the Chantry, or, the Divine, or, who the Inquisitor romanced, or whether they were going to save or stop Solas. I think any of those choices really made any difference in the game, really. They didn't feel significant to me. Harding had a few throwaway lines about the Inquisition, whether it was disbanded or with the Divine. In my other playthrough, I kept the Inquisition with the Divine, and she talked about it instead of talking about being disbanded. It was only a few lines. There wasn't really any difference. And then I have to think back to, you know, I think it was John Epler who was trying to defend the lack of choice carryover in the game by saying they didn't want to have, you know, simple one-line throwaway lines for choices and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, but that's kind of what you guys did anyway. So, looking back on that, that's still a very weak defense now. And I think it's even weaker now after actually playing the game and see what they did with those choices. With the romance thing, yeah, apparently only the Solas romance makes any difference here, from what I've heard. So my Inquisitor here from the last time I played Inquisition was Malika Kadesh, and she romanced Blackwall. No mention of Blackwall in the game at all. Nope, nothing. And from what I've heard from other people, it's the same for the other romances, pretty much. So if you had an Inquisitor romanced, you know, Sarah, or Josephine, or Colin, there's no mention of them, apparently. So, the only one that matters is Solas. If you had an Elven Inquisitor that romanced Solas, there'll be some extra stuff that'll happen, apparently. So, yay for the Solavelans! If you romance anybody else, sucks to be you. You got nothing out of that. Like, I don't even know why the game even gives you the choice to select the other romances. They don't do anything. What's the point? And romance is in the game itself. So I went with the Davern romance, and you know, there were some cute moments, some romantic moments. Did they ever get it on and do the deed, or no? In fact, I don't know if any of the romances go that far in the game. I might have to look on YouTube and see what the other romances are like, because I really want to know. Do any of the characters actually do anything? Because I noticed there is a nudity toggle in the game. But playing through, I didn't see any opportunity for nudity to happen or be shown at all. So, I'm kind of wondering, like, what's the point? Why? Why is that even a thing? Because it seems like the romances are not steamy. They're not. I'm sorry, they're just not.
The storm quelled. The sun dimmed. The wolf defanged. At last, we have balanced. Guided.
Archman?
Whispered. And soon,
Ori.
the poisoned fruit ripens. We come.
Okay. So I've heard people say that this is supposed to reference to a group called the Illuminati, and I've never heard the name before in the lore. But my thought is thinking of the Executors, because there wasn't really anything about the Executors in the game that I remember seeing. And the Executors kind of remain a little bit of a Chekhov's gun right now. So we don't know what's going to happen with them in the future. I guess you'll remember who the Executors are. They are a civilization of people from across the oceans, far away from the continent of Thedas. And they have a few people in Thedas just kind of observing what's going on. Apparently when the breach happened, it kind of got their attention, and then some of them kind of came over to Thedas to kind of see what the hell was going on. And yes, they apparently were concerned with what Solas was doing, or at least according to Dementor Knights they were. There was one executor in the Dementor's Knight story, and Solas apparently killed him. So, yeah. But I don't remember hearing anything about the executors in the game. So, I don't know where the Illuminati and the executors are the same thing, or they're different organizations, or what. But now we got this other thing where it's like, oh, these other bad guys have been secretly manipulating everything since Dragon Age Origins. I think I'm gonna call bullshit on that. That makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't even know how that would work. Because that would involve a lot of retconning. And that's getting into messy territory. We're already in messy territory with, this game. I don't think we want to make things worse, but, with this group of developers, who knows? I guess there's no restrictions anymore. We can just do whatever the hell we want now with the lore. All right. Well, all right. Final score. Final thoughts here. I don't think this is a bad game. I think it's a pretty decent action-adventure game. Where it fails at being an RPG. And in some respects, it kind of fails at being a decent Dragon Age game. I know that may be not the take some people want to hear, but even playing this game, there were moments where I was thinking like, I'd almost rather be playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Or Dragon Age 2. Because at least there I feel a little more in control of, of my own player character. I don't feel that too much here in this game. And that's the thing that always kind of that's kind of bugged me constantly while I've been playing this game. So yeah, it's a decent action adventure game, but not a good RPG game. So, and if this is the direction they want to take Dragon Age from here on out, then I'm out. Sorry, I'm just out. Because I want because Dragon Age is supposed to be an RPG series to me. This is not an RPG. So, alright, final score, so I can wrap up here. I kind of was already thinking hard about this for the past, several days, but I think it's gonna get a 6 out of 10. That puts it on par with Mass Effect Andromeda. This puts the game in a very meh territory for me. For comparison, Dragon Age Origins I gave an 8 to, and Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition both got a 7. So this scored lower to me than the other Dragon Age games. And the big reasons for that, as I already stated, this is not an RPG. And the writing quality just drags everything else down. The game has its good moments. It does have good moments. And the gameplay can be kind of fun sometimes, even though it does get highly repetitive. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to stand on this game. So, it's not the worst thing ever, as some people would want you to believe. It is not woke trash, as some would like you to believe. But it's also definitely not a 10 out of 10. Not even a 9 out of 10. This game has problems. It has issues that hold it back from greatness. No better writing, better carryover choices, more player agency over Rook's character would have all brought this game up. But because it doesn't do that, it's just going to be a 6 out of 10. So, just slightly above average for me. Anyway, that's going to be it. I hope you found some enjoyment out of this. And I will play something next time. I don't know what I'm going to play next time. I haven't figured it out yet. I think I'm going to take a few days off from streaming. That's what I'm going to do to digest what I have, summarize my review notes, and get a review up on Steam. I might even do a separate video just to talk a little bit more in depth about the game. I don't know. Or I may just clip out the end credits here and do that part. So, anyway, signing off. Have a good night. Bye-bye.